the generations before mine settled in Chicago. Since discriminatory housing policies created Chicago to be a city of isolated and segregated ratio-ethnic neighborhoods. Times haven't been easy since the projects. Times haven't been easy since the riots in the 20th century in Chicago. Times haven't been easy since the generations of black people before that fled the South for freedom in the Great Migration. Times haven't been easy since white supremacy in this world deemed black bodies profitable on a plantation, in a prison, on a TV, and built a capitalistic system off of it, in which there are many people today more angry about corporations being destroyed than they are about black people being murdered. When were times easy? When we think about time, we think about moving forward. We think about moving and getting better. But how far have we made it if a black man was lynched in the streets just 2 weeks ago? How far have we made it if an unfamiliar black face is not safe in a Latino neighborhood? Time is an illusion. And the frustration and exhaustion that people have with fighting this fight to freedom is because they realize time hasn't done as much as we'd like to think. In the past weeks, the people I've talked to have told me, but Melinda, change like this takes time. And I say, whose timeline are we living on? How much more longer must we wait? Time is not what needs to do the work here. It is us, the people here, the people in office. We need to do the change. And what are we working towards? Freedom? Freedom is an illusion in this country too. The way we've come to understand freedom is what it's like to be like the 1%, what it's like to be like the people who live in the higher class, what it's like to be like the people who grow up in safe neighborhoods, what it's like to be like the people who have the privilege to turn a blind eye when this country burns. We don't make a difference in this society between the difference of what it's like to be like and what it's like to be. This country was never built for black people to be. That is why racism always finds a new smile. That is why oppressed communities have been given countless Band-Aid fixes for centuries. A solution that does not address the root of the problem is not a solution at all. Until society is restructured so that black people's pursuit to freedom is not climbing a social and economic ladder to share a table with the white man, no other racial and ethnic group in this country will be free. The true freedom of black people, the freedom to be, will in turn free all people in this country. This is the very meaning of all lives cannot matter until black lives matter. And racism is not only a white and black phenomenon. A toda mi gente, we have to call out the racism in our communities, around our dinner tables, at our family parties, for African Americans and Afro-Latinos both. We must call it by its name and hold people accountable. And we will get nowhere as long as we are allies with an ego. The point is not to be a perfect person. The point is to be a good person, to be able to recognize when you are a part of the problem and learn and change. When we stand in solidarity with the most oppressed people in this country, we are standing up to the oppressive systems that hold us all down. We must first stand as allies with Black Lives Matter. For joy, for peace, for existence. When I say black lives, you say matter. Black lives! Matter. Black lives! Matter. Black lives! Matter. Black lives! Thank you.
That was powerful. Thank you, Melinda.